Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're back on the Lee Recommends section of the channel, and today I'm going to be recommending a Linkin Park song called Hands Held High. Now this is not one of your mainstream songs, it's not one of these well-known songs from Linkin Park, because obviously people who are casual Linkin Park listeners may not have heard this, because it's not it's not a released song, it's on off an album. But I do like this, it's one of my favourite songs on Minutes to Midnight, this song, Hands Held High, and I want to share it with you because I absolutely love it. Obviously because it's my recommendation, I want you to listen, and obviously the proper Linkin Park fans who listen to everything will know this song anyway. You'll probably know that I'll know the meaning of the song, but I will talk about it throughout. But anyway, let's get straight into it, and if you haven't heard it, enjoy, because this is a really, really good song for me.
I got to say something. Lightweight, step it aside when we come in. Feel it in your chest, the syllables get pumping. People on the street, they panic and start running. Words on loose leaf sheet, complete coming. I jump on my mind, I summon the rhyme, I'm dumping. Healing the blind, I promise to let the sun in. Sick of the dark ways, we march to the drumming. Jump when they tell us that they want to see jumping. Fuck that, I want to see some fist pumping. Risk something, take back what's yours. Say something that you know they might attack you for. Cause I'm sick of being treated like I had before. Like a stupid standing for what I'm standing for. Like this war's really just a different brand of war. Like it doesn't cater to rich and abandon poor. Like they understand you in the back of the jet when you can't put gas in your tank. These fuckers are laughing away to the bank and cashing a check, asking you to have compassion and have some respect.
So up to now, you must be realising this is like a big rally from Mike for the people, if you like. It's about governments and people's in places of power who, lie to you. They've, like I said, they're laughing your way to the bank and you can't put gas in your tank, is because they've got all the money. They're taxing you for this. They create poverty in places, don't they? Because they tax so much, etc. And you can't afford to put gas in your tank, but they've got all these dictators and all these people in power have got loads of money to do what they want with. And that's just one instance. The whole song, I won't say it yet. I won't say what the whole song's about yet, because if you haven't heard it, I might spoil the rest of it for you. But it's put in such a good way, and it's like a rally. It's want to see some fist pumping, etc. It's fantastic, this song.
Fan and poor, like they understand you in the back of the jet when you can't put gas in your tank. These fuckers are laughing away to the bank and cashing a check, asking you to have compassion and have some respect for a leader so nervous in an obvious way, stuttering and mumbling for nightly news to replay, and the rest of the world watching at the end of the day in the living room laughing like, what did he say?
And we all do that, don't we? When the politicians are talking bullshit on the telly, we all start laughing and saying, what did he say? He's got all this, he's got all that, but he's asking people in the society and in the living rooms sat at home to have some compassion towards what they're trying to build or achieve. But these people they do realise it, but they don't care that people's votes is what put you where you are. The people and society is what put them people in them places of power, and it does get abused. It does get abused, and I think this is one big rally cry from Mike to say, stand up for yourself. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Just carry on. Let's go.
The world watching at the end of the day in the living room laughing like, what did he say? But I am not laughing, cause when it gets tense I know what might happen. The world is cold, the bold men take action, have to react to get blown into fractions. 10 years old is something to see, another kid my age drugged under a Jeep, taken and bound and found later under a tree. I wonder if he thought the next one could be me.
And that's it, there where he's talking about people being drugged under a Jeep and stuff, and questioning whether he would have been the next person doing that. The person he's talking about in the song, not Mike, because he's when you're young and you're not into all this drug culture, etc., you don't sit there and think, oh, I wonder if I'm going to be stuck under a tree absolutely smashed out of my brains. But then it happens because of the poverty, you can't get things done, and there's not a balance. There's not a balance in the world where everyone can get the same type of treatment. You get poverty and you get rich, and you get some people somewhere in between. And I think this song is obviously a rally cry about, the balance of that, if you like. That's what I take from it personally.
Into fractions, 10 years old is something to see. Another kid my age drugged under a Jeep, taken and bound and found later under a tree. I wonder if he thought the next one could be me. Do you see the soldiers that are out today? They brush the dust with bulletproof vests away. It's ironic, times like this you pray, but a bomb blew the mosque up yesterday. There's bombs on the buses, bikes, roads, inside your market, your shops, your clothes. My dad, he's got a lot of fear, I know, but enough pride inside not to let that show.
Do you know, more than the music, the message of this song is the one that gives me the goosebumps the most out of Linkin Park songs. I mean, you get the goosebumps of Chester singing and stuff, because that's because of how powerfully he's singing and what he's singing about that's personal to him. But this, you can relate to a lot of the rapping that Mike does in this songs. Now, he's talking about there's bombs on the buses, bikes, roads, etc. because everything, there was a lot of terrorist attacks when this album was out, and before that as well. You've got like the 9/11 and stuff like that. And he's talking about it, that they can be hidden anywhere, etc. And he says, like, the guy head of the family, like my dad, he's got a lot of fear, and he knows. Mike knows, but he's got enough pride not to let that show, because you don't show weakness to your family, do you? You try and be the big man for the family, if you like. And it's stuff like this, reading stuff like that you relate to, that gives me the goosebumps. That's what gets me about this song. It's incredible.
Yesterday, there's bombs on the buses, bikes, roads, inside your market, your shops, your clothes. My dad, he's got a lot of fear, I know, but enough pride inside not to let that show. My brother had a book he would hold with pride, a little red cover with a broken spine on the back. He hand wrote a quote inside: when the rich wage war, it's the poor who die. Meanwhile,
I love that line. I'm sorry I'm pausing too much again, because it's just such a good song. That little quotation there where it says, when the rich wage war, it's the poor who die. It's because what they're saying is, when all these leaders and stuff say, like, oh, we're going to war with Iraq, etc., you're going to war with whoever because they've done this to us, and it's tit for tat, they just say, go on, do it, and then they can sit nicely in their little houses doing what they do. And you've got people getting blown up and things like that happening all over the world, innocent people dying. And that's what when the rich wage war, it's the poor who die means, because obviously everyone else has to suffer for somebody else's decision, and he's not asked anybody else's permission for that decision. They just do it. You know what I mean? And that, it's never a truer word said. That let's go
back. He hand wrote a quote inside: when the rich wage war, it's the poor who die. Meanwhile, the leader just talks away, stuttering and mumbling for nightly news to replay. The rest of the world watching at the end of the day, both scared and angry, like, what did he say?
Yeah, because obviously when something like this happens, a tragedy, or somebody, there's like a disaster, or like I say, when they flew them planes into them buildings in New York, a lot of people died, and then the leaders come and tell you, like, what do we do now? Oh, sorry, etc. Shouldn't have done this, blah blah. But they don't say I shouldn't have done that, because they never admit that they're wrong. I've seen that a few times. But this is what Mike's message is trying to get across here, is the fact that they make the decisions without the permission of their following, if you like, and then ultimately it's the people, the normal people, who end up paying for it somewhere down the line. For every action, there's a reaction, if you like.
The rest of the world watching at the end of the day, both scared and angry, like, what did he say? Sky
into a sky so blue as the ocean opens out to swallow you. With hands held high into a sky so blue as the ocean opens out to swallow you.
Now, I know the meaning of this song. I've known it from the actual time. The actual meaning of this song, why Mike wrote it, because obviously it's 2007, and that's when George Bush was in power, if you like. And it's about the decisions he made, the actions and the reactions. Like I said, when I say the rich wage war, it's the poor who die. It's not just in the country that it happened. They're like in America. It's when they go back over to the retaliation in I think it was Iraq, wasn't it? And they start bombing. Places there, them bombs are not always going to be accurate. Them bombs are going to hurt their civilians as well. Two wrongs do not make a right, etc. And it's a whole lot of a shitstorm back in that day when this song was wrote, and that's what he's writing about, I think. So it's both sides. There's the terrorist attacks this side, and then the retaliation that side. All the innocent people get hurt. That is exactly what the message of this song is, and it's like a big massive fuck you to George Bush, basically. And like I say, I know that because I listen to Linkin Park and I have done for a long time, so this is my thing. I hope you like that reaction, that recommendation. It's one of them songs that it always gives me goosebumps when hearing it, because it's so heartfelt from Mike, and it's the lyrics that do it more than the actual song and the music, if you like. Anyway, if you like my videos, please like and subscribe. If you want to support me on Patreon or jump into the Discord or Twitter, then the links are in the description. Thanks for watching us. See you on the next one.